This has truly been this year's been blessing y'all. Miracles, miracles, miracles. Like I feel like God is really doing something great with us for the month of March, and we're going to be in just dive straight in John 4, starting with the 43rd verse. Now, before we get to the text, me, Pastor Nick, I always like to give you all a backstory because I'm a storyteller by nature. I love just telling stories and just give y'all a little context of where we coming from. So, y'all ready? All right, so Jesus, before we get into the text, Jesus is traveling from Judea to Galilee. Say Galilee. Now, Galilee is a region. It's not a specific town. It's a region. And Cana and Nazareth are two towns of that region. All right? And so when Jesus is traveling to Galilee, he specifically goes to Cana in Galilee. And Cana is the same place where we looked at week 1 where he performed the miracle of turning water into wine. And so he goes to Cana. Now, some scholars believe that he went to Cana of Galilee instead of Nazareth is because of the Nazarenes' lack of interest in him. Because Jesus is from Nazareth. And like Jesus testified, a prophet is not without honor except in his hometown, except in his own home. And so when you think about it, Nazareth was unable to see Jesus for who he is because they were looking at him through an old lens. They were looking at him through an outdated lens, an outdated prescription. See, some people are unable to see you for where you are right now because they stuck on a prescription that they met you in.
Oh.
Some people are unable, so they were unable to benefit for who Jesus is because they were stuck at an outdated lens. Isn't this the carpenter's son? Isn't this Mary's son? And so Jesus was unable to perform many miracles there because of their lack of faith. He was unable to perform many miracles in his hometown because how they viewed him. And some people are just stuck on how they view you. They stuck on an outdated version of you. Yeah. And you getting upset because you like, I'm changed. I'm better now. I'm smarter now. I'm wiser now. I'm more mature. But they don't see you like that because they're stuck on an outdated lens. And so you like, I upgraded. So since I upgraded, you need to upgrade your prescription. That's what you need to tell people. Upgrade your prescription. You need to get your eyes checked because I'm more than that. Yeah, when you met me, I was like that, but I'm more than that. I'm more than that. I'm more than just a carpenter's son. I'm more than just Mary's son. I'm more than that. I'm more than just a teen mom. I'm more than just an addict. I'm more. So how you met me, yes, that was me, but I'm also more than that. Say I'm more than that.
I'm more than that.
You are more than that. And some people just won't get it because they stuck on an outdated prescription. And so that's what was going on. And so he was unable to perform many miracles there because of this word too. They were familiar. And it's a dangerous feeling when you feel like you know everything about God. It's a dangerous feeling when you feel like you know everything about Jesus. It's a dangerous feeling because they were unable to give him the honor and appreciation he deserved because they were familiar. Yeah. And when you familiar, you don't give people the honor they deserve. When you familiar, that's why you should never become too, because I don't care how long you've been in church. I don't care how long you've been saved, how many sermons you've heard, how long you've been reading the Bible. God can still do things that blow your mind. God can still do things that shock you. Have God ever blessed you in a way you didn't even know you needed? Have God ever surprised you with a blessing? You didn't even know you needed that. You're like, oh, God, that's exactly what I needed. Because God can still do things that shock you. Anybody still get surprised by God? Anybody still get shocked by God, blown away by God? Like, wow, God, you really did that, did you? I didn't even know. And because the thing is about God, yes, and we talked about this in Family in the Word, He's consistent in his character, but he's inconsistent in his ways. We don't know how he's going to do it. We just know he's going to do it. But that's why we can't get too familiar, because a lot of us get too familiar with his ways. And when he don't do things the way He did it last time. We don't think it's God. But some seasons he say, speak to the rock. Some seasons he say, strike the rock. But when it's all said and done, the water still came out. Because the methods change. So it's a dangerous feeling when you feel like you know everything about God and how he moves and how he's going to act. It's a dangerous feeling. And so now we get to the text, John 4, verse 46. Once more he visited Cana in Galilee, where he had turned water into wine. And there was a certain royal official whose son lay sick at Capernaum. When this man heard that Jesus had arrived in Galilee from Judea, he went to him and begged, someone say begged, and begged him to come and heal his son who was close to death. And this is, unless you people, say you people, unless you people see signs and wonders, Jesus told them, you will never believe. The royal official said, sir, come down before my child dies. Jesus said, go. Jesus replied, your son will live. The man took Jesus at his word and departed. The man took Jesus at his word and departed. The man took Jesus at his word and departed. While he was still on his way, his servants met him with the news that his boy was living. That's some good stuff. He's shouting out. While he was still on his way, his servants met him with the news that his boy was living. When he inquired as to the time when his son got better, they said to him, yesterday, like 1 PM. The fever left him. And then the father realized, the father started thinking back on what Jesus said, and it was the exact same time in which Jesus said, your son will live. So he and his whole household believed. He had to think. But Jesus said, go, and your son will live. And the man took Jesus at his word and departed. And my subject this morning is, his word is good. His word is good. I don't know who needs to hear that this morning, but his word is good. Say, his word is good. His word is good. There's value in a man's word. We can all agree with that. There's value in a man's word. A man's word should be his bond. There's value in a man's word. A man's word should be his bond. And the credibility of a man, the credibility of a person is measured on how they keep their word and how they keep their promises. That's their credibility. It only takes one lie. It only takes one broken promise to start reducing a person's credibility. And the more you lie, the more you break promises, your credibility is reduced, and then pretty much you got a shot credibility. And so people not having trust in you. People start not believing you because you have lost credibility. And some people upset with you, like, you don't trust me? I'm trying to trust you, but you have no credibility in my book because you have one too many lies and one too many broken promises. And nothing bothers me more than somebody give me their word and then don't come through. Y'all felt that one. Like, yes. Somebody tell you that they're going to do something and they don't do it. Now, I do understand life happens. But if you can no longer do what you told me you're going to do, I at least expect you to tell me. Just don't do it. If you can no longer come, just tell me you can't come. Just don't show up because I was counting on you to show up. But you lied, you broke your promise, and now I feel some type of way. Because we all have been burnt by people that just lie. All been burnt by people that just break promises. All been burnt by people that gave you their word, said they was going to do something, and instead of telling you they can no longer do it, they just don't do it. They just don't get it done. They just don't show up. In my personal life, I've seen it. When I was playing basketball, do you know what I mean? People that say they're going to come see me play. And then I go out my way. I invite them to games. I send them a schedule. And they don't even show up. And then a new season of my life when I started doing comedy, that I'm gonna come to a show. I go out my way, I invite them, I send them flyers, and then they still don't show up. And then a new season of my life, preaching. They're like, oh, you preaching now. I'm gonna come to the church and hear you preach. Do you know they have yet to step their foot into this place? And then when I see them, what time service again? The same time I text you 3 weeks ago. We ain't changed. It's still 10 a.m. Eastern Central. Brother, we in Central, you know. But we all had that type of feeling. When people say they're going to do something, and they tell you, I'm going to come, I'm going to come, I'm going to come, I'm going to do this, and they just do not do it. And you know what? We developed this phrase, and we've all said it before. I'll believe it when I see it. There we go. Y'all can feel, I'll believe it when I see it. How many of you said that before? Everybody. People wiggling their toes. I said it too. I'll believe it. That means your word is no longer good. Yeah, this is a show me state. You need to show me, brother. But your word is no longer good. That means you lost credibility in my mind. I do not trust your word, and I no longer have faith in what you say. Because if I have to see it to believe it, that's not faith. Are y'all following? If I have to see it to believe it, that's not faith. Because faith is believing even when you don't see it. But your actions, I can no longer trust you because you have lost credibility. And since you lost credibility, I now have to see it to believe it. Oh, yeah, brother. I'm going to do that. I'll see it when I believe it. Oh, I'm going to spend more time with you. I'll see it when I believe it. I'm going to show more appreciation. I'll see it when I believe it. I'll see it when I believe it. And the thing is, you try to have faith in people, but inconsistent. They let you down because people tend to lie. People tend to break promises. People tend to lie. And you just gotta say, you ain't gotta lie, Craig. You ain't gotta lie. And you're not obligated to give me your word. You went out your way to give me your word. I didn't ask you. When I see you, I don't say, hey, I expect, no, you came up to me and told me what you gonna do for me. And I expected you to do what you say you're gonna do. But now, I lost faith. Because now I have to see it to believe it. And because of humans, we're born in sin, and humans tend to lie. We're prone to lie. A white lie, a lie is a lie. And so it makes our word inconsistent from time to time. It makes our word inconsistent from time to time because a lot of times, well, sometimes, and I'm guilty of it too, we make commitment out of feelings. It felt good at the time. Oh, I'm going to kick it with you. And then that day come to kick it, you tired. Like, you know what? I don't even feel like going out no more. Because we made a commitment out of feelings. And so now our word can become inconsistent because it's hard to believe in something that's inconsistent. It's hard to have trust in something that's inconsistent. But how many of you know we serve a God that is consistent? We serve a God that's unchanging and unchangeable. He's consistent, and since he's consistent, his word is good. His word is good. Say his word is good. His word is good. Man is subject to lie, but we serve a God that cannot lie. How many of you know we serve a God that cannot lie? He cannot lie. He doesn't lie. He doesn't change. Numbers 23 say God is not human that he should lie. Not a human being that he should change his mind. He doesn't lie and he doesn't change his mind. Does he speak and then not act? He doesn't lie. He doesn't change his mind. Does he speak and does not act? Does he promise and not fulfill his promise? And that goes to show because he doesn't change, because he doesn't lie, because he always come through, his word is good. His word is good. We need to tattoo that in our mind. We need to brand that in our soul that his word is good. God speaks straight truth. He speak. People say big facts. He speak truth. Nothing but truth. He speaks. So what God is speaking to you, when God give you his word, he's speaking nothing but truth. Now I want to ask you, but let you know this. God is not the only one speaking to you. God is not the only one speaking to you. How many of you know Satan speaks to you as well? Satan speaks to you as well. So if God speaks nothing but truth, Satan is speaking to you as well. But Satan is, the Bible says, the father of lies. So God doesn't lie. Satan doesn't tell the truth. They're opposite one another. So I want to ask you, what word are you living by? Are you living by the truth, or are you living by a lie? Because and living by a lie is basically living on a limited belief. Because a limited belief is a thought that you told yourself that you think is true. And you're unable to walk into what God wants you to walk into because of a limiting belief, which is a lie, which comes from Satan. So whenever the enemy is telling you, it's just the opposite. Just say it's the opposite. It's the opposite. So if Satan say you too young, just say I'm not too young. If Satan say you too old, just say I'm not too old. If Satan say you unable to do this, say I am able to do this. If Satan say you not strong enough, you say I am strong enough. If you say you not wise enough, say I am wise enough. Whatever Satan telling you, just flip it around and say it is. It is. It is. It is. You call me dumb, I'm not dumb. No, if you say I'm unfit to do this, I am fit to do this, because the enemy speak nothing but lies and God speak nothing but truth. And because his word is good, we should be able to trust God without proof. Somebody say without proof. Without proof. We should be able to trust God without proof. Trust him without evidence. Trust him without a sign. We should be able to trust God. Are you able to trust God without proof? Because true faith is I don't have to see it to believe it. That's what true faith is. See, if you have to say I have to see it to believe it, you lost faith. And that's what we say, the man that's been inconsistent. But this whole little build-up of just talking about God's consistency and how he always come through on his word. He doesn't change. He doesn't lie. So he's consistent. That means his word is good. And since his word is good, we should be able to trust him without proof. And in this text, we see a desperate father being challenged to trust Jesus without proof. That's what we see in this text. This father mentioned here, some translators say a nobleman or a court official. He's a royal official, but no matter what, he's a man of high standing and stature. He's a man in a community of high standing and stature. But guess what? All of his high standing and stature means nothing in the light of a great need. All of his high standing and stature means nothing in a light, because he's experiencing the leveling effect of affliction. He's experienced the leveling effect of affliction, because afflictions do not care about your high standing and status. Pain does not care about your status. Storms do not care about your status. They don't care, oh, they're a celebrity, I'm not going to hit them like this. No, life do not care. When life wants to life, it will life. It doesn't care about your status. It doesn't care about your standing. It doesn't care if you're a doctor. It doesn't care if you're a president, if you're a royal official. Think about Naaman. Naaman was the commander of the Syrian army. He had influence. He had affluence. He had money. He was a big dog, and yet he suffered from leprosy. So they go to show you that it doesn't mean your high standing and stature means nothing when it comes to storms, when it comes to affliction, when it comes to pain, because everybody is going to experience life. And the problem is we think that status makes us invincible. We think that status makes us invincible. We think high status, we think a blue check will prevent pain. Being verified on social media don't prevent pain. Being verified on social media does not prevent affliction. It doesn't prevent adversity. It doesn't prevent life from being life. It doesn't prevent storms. Life does not care. Sickness doesn't care about your status. Depression doesn't care about your status. And most importantly, death does not care about your status because it happens to all because it is life. Someone say life. So stop thinking once you get status, once you get a name, once you get verified on social media that you're not going to experience the pains of life. Stop. Everything, we think that everything going to be okay. Everything going to be okay once I get a name for myself. Everything going to be okay once I get verified. Everything going to be okay once I get a lot of money and a status. Everything going to be okay when I become a celebrity. Everything going to be okay. And that's false. That's a lie. Because it's some people that's unable to sleep in $1 million home. That's the truth. It's some people that's sleeping in Egyptian cotton sheets and can't get any rest. Can't get no peace because that stuff means nothing when it comes to depression, when it comes to pain, when it comes to affliction. It means nothing. I know they look good on social media, but you don't. That's just the armor. Underneath that armor is pain. It's affliction. It's life. Everything is not going to be okay once you get some status. And I'm really stuck on that because we live in a world where people want status. We want status. We thirst for status. We long for status. We lust for status. We want to be known in the world. People want to be famous, and they strive to be famous, thinking that that's going to fix everything. And then when you talk to people that have that, you be like, it's not everything. And so this man was a noble. He's a royal official. He has status. High status. But that meant nothing when it comes to what he was dealing with. He's experienced a leveling effect. It's bringing him down. It's leveling him out. And when he heard that Jesus was in Cana, he traveled from Capernaum to Cana. He traveled like 15 or 20 miles. It was no cars back then. 15 to 20 miles. That's what desperation would do. Desperation will have you doing whatever you got to do to get to Jesus. Desperation will have you doing whatever you have to do. If I have to walk 15 miles, I got to walk 15 miles. If I got a thumb there, I will thumb. I don't care what I got to do, but I need to get to Jesus, and nothing going to stop me. Nothing gonna stop me. Think about the woman with the issue of blood. She was desperate. She was desperate. And despite of what society said, despite what people thought about her, she still pressed her way through. She pushed her way through. And she got, and like I like to say, she snatched a blessing. She touched the hem of Jesus' garment because she was desperate. And I want to ask you, how desperate are you for change? How desperate are you wanting to get better? How desperate are you wanting Jesus to touch your situation? How desperate are you to get to Jesus? We want Jesus to come to us, but how desperate are you that I'm going to come to Jesus? I'm going to come to Jesus. A lot of us want to sit down and I'm just waiting on Jesus. But are you doing what you got to do to get to Jesus? He's not that hard to find. I like what Deion Sanders said, I ain't that hard to find. Jesus is not that hard to find. How desperate are you to get to Jesus? That's what desperation does. Desperation will have you running through your house, tearing everything up to find your Bible. Because you ain't read it in a while. You don't know where it's at. That's what desperation can do. And his father was desperate. He came to Jesus desperate and vulnerable. This is a royal official. He's a nobleman. He's a court official. And he's coming to Jesus desperate and vulnerable. He didn't come to Jesus like a court official. He came to Jesus as a desperate father. He didn't come to him as a nobleman. He came to him as a desperate father. We need to stop coming to Jesus with our title. Stop coming to Jesus with your Jesus. I don't come to him as Pastor Nick. I come to, hey, this is Cornell Nichols III. I'm Robin's son, Cornell Nichols Jr.'s son. But this is me. We come to Jesus with our title. He doesn't care if you're a bishop, if you're a pastor, if you're the president, if you're a doctor. No. What? Come to him desperate and vulnerable. This is me. Bare bones and all. No title and all. Strip down yourself. We care about title too much. We care about title too much. When Jesus do not care about, he just wants you to come to him. And this father, he was desperate. He just say, you need to come. I'm a noble official. I'm a nobleman. I'm a court official. I'm a royal official. You need to do that. He said, no, can you heal my son? Because it didn't care. That status means nothing. That title means nothing when you need a blessing. That title means nothing when you're desperate. That title means nothing when you need Jesus. Jesus, please come. I don't care. I'm not an official. I'm not a pastor. I am just a child of you. I am a child of God that needs your help. I'm a child of God that's in desperation. I'm a child of God that's vulnerable because I'm in such a desperate situation. Anybody in a desperate situation? Like, God, I just need you. But the title meant nothing. Came to Jesus as a desperate father wanting change. And he asked, Jesus, can you please come to my son? He's close to death. Can you please come? And Jesus, and he begged him. He said he begged, he pleaded, Jesus, can you please come? Because no parent in this world want to see their son or their child die. You don't want to see that. And he came to Jesus because he's desperate. His son is close to death, and he obviously heard about Jesus, saying like, Jesus, can you please just come? And he begged him, and Jesus responded, unless you people see signs and wonders, you will never believe. His criticism is not of the man alone, but his criticism is about the entire attitude of the general attitude of the people toward their faith. Because this was a common problem in Jesus' day. And it's not just Jesus' day, it's a common problem today, where we want signs and wonders in order to believe, when his word should be enough. I don't know, but God's word is enough. God's word is enough. But he's saying you people see signs and wonders you would never believe. If you have to see it to believe it, then that's not faith. If you have to see it to believe it, then that's not faith. Say, if you have to see it to believe it, then that's not faith. Because faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. I don't see it, but I believe them. I don't see it, but I trust them. That's what faith is all about. So with signs or without signs, I'm still going to have faith. With miracles or without miracles, I'm still going to have faith. With proof or without proof, I'm still going to have faith. With evidence or without evidence, I'm still going to have faith. Why? Because his word is good. His word is good. Say his word is good. His word is good. Let's give God some praise for his word being good. Jesus encountered many in Galilee. Check this out. Jesus encountered many people in Galilee that were interested only in his miracles. Only in his miracles. So wait a second. They weren't really interested in him. They were interested in his miracles. See, some people are not interested in you. They're just interested in what you can do for them. Because people use people like that. They don't care about you. They just want what you can do for them. And if I break it down, they don't really want you. They just want what you can do for them. We can break it on down. They don't really want you, but they just want to know. They just want what you can do for them at 2 o'clock in the morning. They don't really want you. They just really want, they just really want your body. They don't really want you. They don't really want you at all. But you think they want you, but they don't really want you. And the real test is, once you're unable to do that for them anymore, what do? They chunk up the peace sign and say deuces, because they didn't really want you. They just really wanted what you can do for them. And that's what Jesus experienced in Galilee. People wanted his miracles. People were interested in his miracles. As long as you can perform, they with you. But the second you can no longer perform, they out. They out. Because here's the signs and wonders can lead a person to belief in God. But on the same coin, signs and wonders can have no effect on a person. So it can bring people to believe, but it also can not have an impact at all. Because we talked about that last week with Bethsaida, how Bethsaida was where Jesus performed a miracle of the feeding of 5,000, not including women and children. How they saw it, but they still rejected him. So, yes, signs and wonders are good, but it should not be the foundation of our faith. Think about that generation that God got out of Egypt, of the Israelites. They saw many signs. They saw the parting of the Red Sea. They heard God's voice, and yet they still worshiped the gold calf. You can still see miracles. You can still see signs and wonders and still worship a gold calf. Because signs and wonders are good, don't get me wrong, but they should not form the foundation of our faith. And that's what Jesus is showing in this text. Like, unless you people see signs and wonders, you will never believe. When we say you need to believe just off my word. You need to believe just off my word because my word is good. You should be able to believe without proof. You should be able to trust me without evidence. You should be able to trust me. Because when we get to this text, you see a difference between knowledge and faith. Knowledge and faith. The Father had knowledge because if he didn't have knowledge, he wouldn't have traveled this far. So he had knowledge of what Jesus can do. But now Jesus is about to test his faith. Because just because you know something doesn't mean you have faith in it. Just because you know something doesn't mean you believe in it. You can know a lot of stuff. A lot of unbelievers know about the Bible. I've realized that. They know miracles. They know they can quote some scripture and they can still not believe because knowing something is not the same as having faith in something. And so we know, so signs and wonders just produce knowledge. You know it, but do you believe in it? Do you trust in him? Do you believe that he can do it for you? Do you believe he can do it for you? The Father had knowledge, but it's now time to see his faith. Simply knowing something, not the same as having faith in something. I know things. Just because I know it don't mean I believe in it. And a lot of us we know what Jesus can do, but do you have faith in it? Do you have faith that he can do it for you? You saw him do it for other people. So you know he has the ability to do it, the capacity to do it. But do you believe that he can do it for you? Do you believe he can do it for you? This Father had knowledge, but Jesus like, look, you have knowledge, but now I want to see, do you have trust? You know what I can do, but now do you trust me? Do you take my word? Do you trust my word? Because my word is good. And the way he tested this father, he just simply said, go, your son will live. Just go. If you know I can do it, trust that I can do it. Your son will live. Trust my word. Your son will live. And so this was a true test of faith because he traveled 15 or 20 miles to get to Jesus, to get Jesus to come back with him, to heal his son. But now he's being tested to go back home without Jesus right by his side. Go back home without proof. Go back home without evidence. Go back home without a sign. All he had traveling home was a word. A word said your son will live. That's all he had. Jesus said you need to go. So that's what true faith is all about. Are we willing to trust that Jesus will make good on his word without proof? Knowing that Jesus is a healer is not the same as trust. Knowing is not the same as trust. I know some people. I know some people that can sing their butt off, but I don't trust them. And we can know some people that can do some stuff. Like, I know they can do it, but no, I don't trust them, though. I won't hire them. I know they good. I know they could do something, but I won't hire them because I don't trust them. And we can all agree to that. Like, it's some people we know. They talented, they gifted. You know they can do it well, too. You just can't trust them because they always don't come through. The credibility is shot. And then they say, why you don't trust me? I'm good. Just because you can do it don't mean I trust you. Yeah, I see this a lot. I'll be trying to book some people. I'll be like, nah, I don't trust you. Oh, I'm good. Yeah, you good. So? I don't trust you. I feel like you're going to flake on me. That's from personal experience. And Jesus said, go, your son will live. He tested this man's faith, forcing him to believe in his word alone. And not on any outward demonstration of the miraculous. All he had was a word. All he had was a word. Jesus told him to go, not without him physically by his side, but just to go on his word, saying his son will live. And I like how Dr. Tony Evans, he has this definition of faith. He say faith is acting like God is telling the truth. Acting like God is telling the truth. And so when you act like something is true, you move differently. Yeah. You walk differently. You think differently. So faith is an action. So a lot of us say we have faith, but are your actions aligning with what you're saying? You say you trust, but are your actions aligning? So him leaving without Jesus on his side was an act of faith. He acted like God is telling the truth. Like, that's what he said. And he said he took Jesus at his word. He took Jesus at his word and departed. He took Jesus at his word because Jesus' word is good. His word is good. His word is good enough where we don't need any proof. We don't need any evidence. And he took Jesus at his word and departed. And what I love about the story is that he took Jesus at his word and departed. So yes, he don't have no proof. He have no evidence. But guess what? He about to walk to the proof. He's about to walk to the evidence. See, some of us are in our Cana to Capernaum season. We in that walk where Cana, so Jesus gave him a word in Cana. And now he's on his way back home to Capernaum, and he's left Cana without proof, not knowing that this travel alone, he about to walk right into the proof, right into the evidence. Some of us are about to walk right into the proof. Right into the evidence. That request that you said has already been answered. So he didn't know that when Jesus said your son will live, that his son was healed right then and there. But he walked and he still believed. He walked and he kept on moving. He didn't have no proof. He didn't have no evidence, but he had God's word. We need to move without proof, without evidence, but we have God's word. And he's traveling back home to Capernaum and about to walk right into the evidence. Right into the evidence. It was waiting on him. The evidence is waiting on you. I know you don't see it right now, but you're going to walk into it. You're going to walk into it and like, wow, this prayer was already answered. While I was trying to figure it out, God already worked it out. He already worked it out. And so who knows what was going on in that father's head as he was walking 15 or 20 miles back home. Who knows, but if it was me, I'm like, I really hope my son is not dead because he gave me his word. And I've been burnt by one too many people. But his word is good, which means his word is trustworthy. That means you can trust his word. You can stick a pin in it. It's done. His word never returns to him void. He watches over his word to see it perform. And so, although Jesus wasn't physically with him, Jesus' word traveled ahead of him. Jesus' word traveled ahead of him. And so some of us, we want Jesus. We're like, God, I don't see it, but God is already there. God is already there. He already traveled ahead, worked everything out. All you got to do is walk into it. All you got to do is get there. Because all you got to do is keep on moving. And here's the thing. When Jesus said, go, your son will live, he took Jesus at his word and departed, right? It didn't say he stayed and begged. It didn't say he stayed in bed. It didn't say he asked for a sign. See, some of us are like Gideon, where God gave Gideon his word, and Gideon asked for proof. Not just one proof, but he tested him twice. Say, God, if this is really you, if what you're saying is true, I need a sign. Some of us, so I want to ask you, are you going to be like Gideon, or are you going to be like this royal official? When you get a word from Jesus, are you going to ask for some signs, or are you just going to take his word for it? That what he's saying is good. All you have to do is get there. All you have to do is get there. Keep on walking. All you have to do is get there. Keep on walking. He gave you his word, and he's going to make good on his word. Because when it's all said and done, his word is good. Say it with me. His word is good. That's all God have for this morning.